You got the touch. You got the power. Yeah!
What's up, friends and neighbors? I am your host, Jacob H. Cobb Baxter, local author, celebrity, and many other names depending on which ex-girlfriend you ask. Now, this is called Spotlight On Awesomeness. It's a little show that I cooked up in order to show off the awesomeness, not necessarily of myself, but of other people, and to also help other people recognize the awesomeness within themselves, because awesomeness breeds awesomeness. And nobody wants to be a Decepticon, so let's all breed some awesomeness within each other. Now, what I'm going to be doing each time we do this show is I'm going to get a different person that I see some awesomeness in, and we're going to interview them and find out what the awesomeness is, and then we're going to try to get other people to realize it within themselves, because that's the way the world works. We can always use a little bit more positive. Now, family is one of the most important things in life, people. It really is. I can't stress it enough, because my family has been there beside me through thick, thin, rain, hail, sleet, snow, breakup, divorce, whatever you call it. I mean, my family has been there through it all. And I've been really blessed to be in a good family. So whenever I did this show, there's one person who off the top of my head I wanted on this show. And that's my cousin Caleb Carr. That's who I have here with me today, this man right here. And this is one of the most special people I've ever known. This dude is just beast mode awesomeness. Now, Caleb, I already know why you're awesome. So you want to tell the people at home about your you have a Transformer collection that actually rivals mine, right?
Yes.
And I mean, it's pretty cool. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties and we couldn't get the pictures up. But I promise next time we will take care of that, friends and neighbors. We will. I promise that. That is a COBB guarantee. Now, first things first. Caleb, who is your favorite Transformer?
My favorite Transformer would have to be Ultra Magnus.
Ultra Magnus. He was
Yes.
the city commander.
Yes.
Who was much like Optimus Prime. He was based off of a 1980 International TranStar cab over car carrier. And he was really cool in that the trailer made body armor for Ultra Magnus, voiced by the iconic Robert Stack in the movie. Elliot Ness was indeed Ultra Magnus, but we never solved the unsolved mystery of what happened on Beta 9 that day. So, how long have you been collecting?
I've been collecting Transformers since about 2001, but maybe about the age of 10.
2001, wow, that was Bush 1 administration
Yes.
back then. Wow, that's been a good long time. So you've seen a lot of Transformers come and go.
Yes, I have.
And you've looked at quite a few, purchased quite a few. I mean, you've got
Quite a few, yes.
You've got easily, what, maybe 100?
Or more.
Or more. We didn't count them. I can't count that high with my boots on, but maybe between us, we might even recruit Jim Bob to help us count. There you go, cuz I mentioned you. How about that? Oh, there's a smile.
That'll work.
There's a smile. Also, big shout out to Caleb's little brother Bieber, Joshua. We still call him Bieber. And then my little birthday buddy Ethan, and little Lorray. They're all my little cousins are very special to me. I don't always pull it off, but I try to be a good role model to them, because they are awesome. And so what else do we have? Which was your first one you got?
My first Transformer I ever got, I remember I got it at the old Walmart in Mariana. It was the Transformers Armada Hot Shot.
Oh, from the Armada series. That was whenever they first started showing
That's
the minicons.
when they first started the minicons.
That's right, because they had, back in the day, in my day, about 100 years ago,
Yeah.
they back during the Reagan administration, y'all, I'm about to turn 33. That's a third of a century of awesomeness right here. We had such things as the Headmasters and the Target Masters, and basically the minicons were a spiritual successor to them. What the minicons were they were small Transformers that had what they call minicon ports, which were essentially posts on the other Transformers that they would hook onto. that would either, in theory, they would power them up, but also in certain ones they unlock special features. Now, Hotshot, he had the little red helicopter.
Yes, Jolt.
Jolt, yes, Jolt, who we also saw in the 2007. No, he didn't show up till the 2009 movie. I think Revenge of the Fallen. He showed up then.
Yes.
Whenever he powered up Optimus, whenever he molded with Jetfire's armor. You remember us going to that midnight showing?
Yes, I do.
That was epic, man. That was an epic night. We had so much fun that night. And Jolt was one of those that unlocked the special. I'm trying to visualize in my head. We should have brought that one. That would have been cool. But
I had him. I should have brought him.
Well, I should have thought of it, but you know what? That is the beauty of being awesome and being a, by God, I can American. Because whenever something don't go right, we just play it by ear and we wing it and we make it happen, Captain. That's what we do. Jolt, he was a little helicopter and he hooked on to Hotshot. And he made the rear axle cannon.
Yeah, the rear.
He made the rear axle just pop up and bloop. Sometimes I wish I could do that. I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
So would I.
What if you had an ability like that? I mean, there's so many things if I had a Transformer ability. Wow.
We can only dream.
I know we can, but dreaming is awesome. Dreaming is so
Doesn't
important
hurt to dream.
in life. If you ain't got dreams, you ain't got nothing, man. If you ain't trying to live a dream, what's the point in getting out of the bed every morning? I mean, 6 months ago, I didn't think I'd have a talk show, but whoop, here I am with all these wonderful and awesome people watching us right here. Now, we know Transformers is awesome. And there's many reasons why it's awesome. And that's one of the good things about it. It can mean so many different things to so many people. It's very adaptable. I mean, it's like Play-Doh.
Yeah.
It just molds.
You can turn Play-Doh into anything.
Exactly, to what people see in it. Why is Transformers awesome to you?
Well, to me, each one is unique. No two are the same.
Like people?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good analogy. I mean, because really, Transformers, they all have their spark, which is almost like a soul, and it grants them their individual personalities and abilities. Just like people. And I mean, that is so awesome. The parallels, they say that life imitates art. In this case, it's art imitating life, because even though we're dealing with fictional, transforming robots from the planet Cybertron, they're still people. In essence, they are people, because you have Huffer was pessimistic, and we all know pessimistic people. And the sad thing is I don't really think people are born pessimistic. I think that life slowly erodes them away, and they don't have other people to support them and pull them along and keep them up. And I think that's how we get pessimistic people, and it's really sad. I'm in no way down in pessimistic people, because I know some people that have been through some heavy, heavy stuff that would absolutely break me, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But, it'd be so great if people would just support one another and, just when everything's going wrong, they just get them to the eye of the storm. That would just be... That'd be awesome for people to do. That's one thing we can do for each other. And it doesn't cost a thing just to give a kind word, hey, you can do it, a pat on the back, you're awesome. Right there, that takes one breath, 2 words. I mean, how hard is that?
Not hard at all.
No, it's not. And if more people did, the world would be such a more grateful place, because as great as I am and as much as I like, to brag on myself, and I've got an ego bigger than the world itself, I'm not even going to try to lie about that.
Bigger than Unicron?
Bigger than Unicron, yes.
That's big.
It is. It's got its own gravitational pull. But I would not be where I am today without the people that have supported me along the way, that have helped me. And I mean, that's just so important in life. No man's an island to himself. You got to have. Even Optimus Prime couldn't do it by himself. He had to have his supporting cast. Had to have it. So, the thing about it is, with heroes like Optimus Prime, heroes are great, but in essence, you can't have a hero without a villain. It's like the Coyote and the Roadrunner. It's like, the Bandit and Buford T. Justice.
Like Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry, that's a good one, too.
Exactly.
For every good, you have to have a bad. It's a very, groovy balance deal. And the hero cannot show off his heroics and his awesomeness without the villain there to offset it. I mean, it's just the nature and the pull of things. So for every really awesome Optimus Prime or Ultra Magnus, you have to have a villain, and the villain's job is to make people dislike them, even though people, sometimes tend to like them. I mean, I always like Starscream just because he made me laugh, and in some ways I identify with Starscream's need to prove himself and, constant trying to jockey up. I really identify with that.
He's always tried.
And so, yes, I mean, I'm not underhanded like him, but I identify with his impetus there. So, who is your most disliked Transformer?
My most disliked Transformer would have to be clearly the 2001 Robots in Disguise Galvatron.
Galvatron, that was the once again the upgraded form of Megatron.
Megatron, yes.
Now Galvatron, that was also, to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's the only 10 changer ever.
Yes, he was the only 10 changer ever made.
So most Transformers, they only have one mode. You go from a robot to either a truck or Perceptor was a microscope.
Yes.
And then of course, you've
Very
got
odd.
yes, very odd. And you've got favorites like Soundwave, which was actually my brother's. Hey Binky. He loves Soundwave. And Soundwave was a tape player. You can tell this is totally 80s.
Yes.
He was a tape player, and he had his little tapes that would bounce out of his chest and also transform, which was very innovative. Transformers was innovative in so many different ways, which is really great. It's one of the major reasons my childhood was awesome, and that of every 80s child. And so Galvatron was a 10 changer. I mean, they took the awesome factor there and cranked it to 11, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
And
off the scale with him.
Yes, off the scale. You couldn't measure it. He had among his robot mode. He also did he have a blaster mode? No, he didn't. No. He had the car mode and the
Car, jet, boat,
bat,
the claw, the bat.
the claw, a hand, a transformer hand, and that's literally. Got to zoom it. That's literally what it looked like when it transformed. You had the tail and then the arms and the legs, and that's literally what the claw looked like. Why we need a claw transformer, I don't know, but it's still pretty awesome just on the uniqueness factor. That's pretty cool. Now he also had the bat, the double-headed dragon.
It's twin-headed dragon mode.
He had the
elephant,
mammoth.
the
The mammoth
mammoth.
was my favorite of them. And the car, boat, jet.
Pterodactyl.
I forgot about that one. Yes, the pterodactyl. I even forgot to keep count.
So the
Even awesome local celebrities make mistakes, people. Never let a mistake get you down. So we'll just settle on saying he was a 10 changer and he
Yes.
was awesome. But now, why, through all that awesomeness, why was he your most disliked?
He would be my most disliked because all of a leader, you have people up under him,
Yes.
just like in the Army.
Yes.
He is the general, and he tried to destroy his own men
Really?
that fought beside him.
Why would somebody do that?
I guess so he could make all the decisions and do exactly what he put out to do, to take over the universe, and he didn't want anybody to stand in his way.
That's a very lofty goal.
Yes, it is.
But an important part of a leader is a leader looks after the people under him
Yes.
as well. A leader makes decisions, but he tries to make the decisions of the group in mind. And that's a very selfish thing, to try and take out your own troops just for your own glory. And in fact, you're also shooting yourself in the foot.
Yes.
That's just. But power makes people do some stupid things sometimes, and I guess Galvatron fell privy to that.
Yeah, sadly to say, yes, he did.
But he was ruthless.
The worst Galvatron or Megatron I've ever seen.
Very bad. I thought Beast Wars Megatron was bad, but
Oh, no.
AKA
Beast Wars
Barney.
ain't got nothing.
AKA Barney. No lie, friends and neighbors, this guy transformed into a purple and green T-Rex. Look it up. Yes.
Completely ridiculous.
That was his most used line. Yes. Now, if you could, I cannot even read my own writing with my cheap teleprompting. Once again, fake it till you make it, friends and neighbors. If you could have any one Transformer, what would it be?
My one Transformer I could have, I really wish I could have, but it would be the 2001 Robots in Disguise Rail Racer.
The Rail Racer.
Yes.
That was a combination of the 3 Japanese bullet trains.
Yes.
What were the names escape me at the moment?
Rail Spike, Midnight Express, and Rapid Run.
Yes. Yes, Midnight Express made the
legs.
Made the legs. Rail Spike made the
head and the arms.
And Rapid Run made the chest and
torso.
Kind of a back, kind of like a jetpack on the back too. You know, that was pretty cool.
Rapid Run made a jetpack on the back as well.
And he could skate around on his little train wheels and everything too. You know, and that was pretty cool. I mean, a train transformer. Luckily, they could morph the train tracks in front of them to go where they want. You'd think a train transformer would be, you know. Now, back in my day, we had Astro Train, which was pretty cool. He was one of the first triple changers, him and Blitzwing. Astro Train could go between a locomotive and a space shuttle, which was really cool if you think about it, because they were the two vehicles from their respective centuries, both the 19th and the 20th century, that really evolutionized transport. You know, and transportation, if you really think about it, which is a really cool juxtaposition. You really got to be a nerd to think about things like that.
Yes, you do.
But you know what? We let our nerd flag fly with honor, don't we?
Yes, we do.
It's cool to be a nerd now. Just ask Sheldon Cooper. So now, being you talked about how they all combine together. Now, not only do they have their vehicle modes, but they also have their robot modes.
Yes.
And then all three combine into the larger robot.
Yes.
Now, those have been called gestalts, which is a form of German psychology, which I really enjoyed studying in psychology class when I was here at Chipola. All those years ago, back whenever Robots on Disguise was originally airing, when I was here at Chipola. By the way, Dr. Willie Spires, I'm looking at you. I really enjoyed your psychology class. He actually had us do a presentation in the psychology class one day on a subject that we wanted. And to explain Gestalt psychology, I actually brought in my Constructicons.
You really did.
I did because I'm awesome like that, and I got that style. But he said it was a wonderful visual process to show. The sum of the whole of Devastator was greater than the sum of the Constructicon.
Yes. Because
we all know that the 6 Constructicons all fit together, forming a limb to make the larger mega robot Devastator. Now, Gestalt's kind of a hard word for some people to grasp,
to understand.
So they've also been known as build team. They've also been known as combiner teams, like the build team from Robots in Disguise that made Ruination.
Landfill.
Landfill. Yes. See, you done corrected me. Look at there. I messed up. Wow. I do make mistakes, friends and neighbors. Nobody's perfect, but I come real close. Now, the Gestalts, the combiner teams. Now they're really cool because they're each kind of specialized.
Yes.
Aren't they? You want to tell the friends at home about the specializations that they have?
Well, the aerial bots, they're all jets, which means you could bring the rain, so to speak, with them, and they all combine into one to make a Gestalt.
And that one is Superion, correct?
Superion. Then you have the Stunticons, who's a bunch of cars, and a semi that come together to make Minosaur.
We love semis, don't we?
Yes, we do. Well, I do anyway.
I do. If you don't like semis, you ain't an American.
But each group of them is a specialized team to do a certain task.
And they also had the Protectobots.
Yes,
who were
rescue vehicles.
Yes, the fire truck, the ambulance,
helicopter,
the police car, and the police motorcycle. Yes, all chip style, man. That's what Groove was. He made the leg of Defensor. And yes, another real cool thing that people don't think about Transformers is their names mean things. Like Optimus Prime. Optimus being, best, and Prime being best. His name literally means best of the best. In I think it's Greek, maybe Latin, one of those ancient languages. We'll just say that's what it means.
We'll go with that.
We'll just let it roll. And like Megatron, Mega meaning great, Tron meaning light. Great light. He carries that fusion cannon on his arm that fires a ginormous laser. That thing is nothing to play with.
No.
So with Defensor, the Protectobots, they protect and defend. Defensor. I mean, it's a wonderful thing that children love Transformers. And I'm a big kid. I'll be the first one to tell anybody.
Who wouldn't love Transformers?
I know. It can be a wonderful teaching tool. And people just need to look for all these little hidden gems. We just had Easter yesterday, man.
Yes.
Easter eggs right there. Like the Combaticons, they were all military style vehicles. Military, Combaticon. I mean, really think about it. I mean, it's a really cool thing. People just need to look into it and see the hidden awesomeness.
Yes.
I mean, we all know guys like Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus, they're just blaring with awesomeness,
Clearly.
Now, one thing that I remember whenever I was young, whenever Transformers was first coming out, they were first burgeoning and coming on the scene, and I mean, they blazed a trail. I was 3 in 1984 when they were first released. That was in the first Reagan administration, so many years ago. And they first come on, and it was one thing that we did as kids was we would take our Transformers to school, which we weren't supposed to, but we did anyways because we were rebels like that.
You broke the rules, didn't you?
Oh, I prefer to call them bended, not quite break. Bended. We didn't play with them in class. We waited until recess. And of course it was always show and tell. I always took a Transformer for show and tell. That's just what I loved. But we would take our Transformers and we would have contests to see who could transform the quickest. And there's varying difficulties on them.
Yes.
How difficult are they?
Well, it would just depend on the skill level. If it's a mini-con, it could be 3 to 4 steps maybe. But if it's like a step 3, 4, or 5, it could be 30 or more.
Yeah, like that Fall of Cybertron Metroplex, which is over 2.5 feet tall, largest Transformer ever made.
Yes.
That one takes quite a bit, and it's also a triple changer going from city to battle station to robot. It takes quite a bit.
Yes.
And don't even get me started on that Armada Unicron. Anybody that had one of them was uber cool.
That's a nightmare.
One person's nightmare is another man's triumph.
Yes, exactly.
So now I'm going to get to the most important part of the show, because as much as I love talking about Transformers, my most important thing is giving back, because I've been blessed and I've been given a lot of opportunities in my life. And I believe that opportunities are given so that we can give them back and make things happen. I mean, we don't need to squander the gifts and the chances that we are given. And in addition to you being my blood, my kin, and my most awesome cuz I got, the one glaring reason why I wanted to have you on this show to start things off with a bang was back in 2001, I believe, or 2000. Your life was transformed.
Yes, it was. It was completely turned around.
And you faced a Unicron-sized threat. By the way, for those of you not in the know, Unicron was a Transformer that transformed into a planet. Yes, you heard me right. A planet. Think about the Death Star growing arms and legs, and a cool Viking helmet, and evil bat wings. And that is Unicron. He's a bad boy.
The Chaos Bringer.
The Chaos Bringer, yes. You faced a Unicron-sized threat. And I got to tell you and everybody else at home, you have no idea how much respect you got from me, because you didn't even blink, man. You stood there, you stood your ground, and you screamed, "I will not lose." And that's whenever you got diagnosed with cancer, which could be terrifying for anyone at any age. I watched that take my mama. Mama, I still love you. God bless you. Thank you for everything you taught me. But even my mom at her age, you could tell it was scary.
It's scary for anybody.
But as a child, it has got to be ramped up on a whole nother exponential level. For a child, but you showed great maturity and power to face that. Like, I mean, it blew me away. The way you handled that, I mean, how did you do that?
Well, I handled it, first of all, that I was a Christian.
Yes.
that first of all, God comes first and foremost, and I knew that it wouldn't be that scary because He's always with me. He's always with anybody out there that's going through this. And I knew that if I had faith in Him and had a bunch of other people praying for me and with me through it, that there's nothing you can't do if you got God on your side.
I can do all things through Him who
I
strengthens.
can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Yes, I always mess that up, but honestly, it's important to memorize things, but I think God more looks at our efforts
Yes,
than
He
our
does.
exactness. I hope He'll let me slide on that one. I might have to say extra prayer tonight. I'm a Christian too. I'm not always the best example of one, but I try. But he carried you through, even through your initial rounds,
Yes.
and your furthering, because you've also faced that again.
Yes, I faced it. I think I had one or two extra tumors over last year. So,
And you didn't even blink.
no.
I mean, and that's amazing, man. You have no idea how much respect, you gained from me with that.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man, it was well deserved. And everybody else, and the things that you've meant to everybody else, what would you tell people at home that were facing the same thing? This is your chance to maybe give back and, show them, how they could possibly deal with it.
Well, I would tell everybody at home or wherever you are that if you can keep the faith in God, that whatever God leads you to, He will bring you through. And just keep having faith in Him and your family and friends with you. And like I said before, as long as you have Him and He's on your side, He will never give you a burden that you can't carry on your own. He is always there.
And just keep on keeping on.
Yes.
And
just appreciate every day that you're given.
Every day is indeed a blessing. No day is promised to tomorrow. That's why every day I get up and I try to make every day a memory. You can't, because I've lost a lot of friends, along the way, sadly. A couple of months ago I lost one. But that's, you really have to cherish your time with everybody. And speaking of time, we're about out of time. I mean, I could do this all day, but I know we have to share the airwaves. Before we close, this is one thing near and dear to my heart, that everything I do, I always do this. I want to give a special shout out to our former and current members of our U.S. military for defending our rights, defending our freedom, because without them doing what they do, I couldn't do what I do. And my love for them, y'all have no idea just how deep that goes. I really wish I could put it into words. But I have a deep love for our U.S. military. Much love, you guys. Much love. Carry on. Now, this has been Spotlight on Awesomeness. The power to be awesomeness is within each and every one of us. You just got to get in touch with it. Now, when we sign off, we're going to go to our buddy Optimus Prime here, see if he has anything to tell us.
Which is awesome.
He is. You're awesome, Prime. Optimus, do you have anything to say?
Autobots, transform and roll out.